Here is some of the customer testimonials to market Big Switch. They talk about Big Switch because it was closest we could achieve. I'm not going to talk about. So let us talk about legacy first and cloud first tomorrow. So legacy, you have everything based on uh, box by box and VM by VM. Am I right? You do by VM by you have maybe thousands of VMs in your data center. You manage it, or you have sampled analytics in small places when they want to have intelligence. Analytics is something which everybody is looking for. Data analytics is something. Data analytics and data science is is something which is capturing the market. Am I right? They want to have what's happening. What is the user behavior of X, Y, Z? If tomorrow uh, Mr. X is coming to my network, how he behaved in the entire day when he came into my network. I want to know. That's something analytic. So if he is using some application, I will target him. I will do target marketing. I think all of you know about that. So that analytics helps in knowing the customer behavior. You know what is interest, what he is doing every day. So based on that, I will position my products and services to him. And then you have trouble tickets, maintenance window, keep control of the network silos. What do you mean by network silos? You have one network team, storage team, and a hypervisor team, server team. So all of them work in tandem as silos. They don't work as a team. And then legacy, TCO, total cost of ownership. But when it comes to cloud, you have House, Azure, and virtual private cloud is the concept which is happening everywhere. Complete VPC flow, analytics. So you have analytics. And now if you go to AWS, I don't know how many of you have gone to AWS. You talked about IaaS, you know about infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. But if you go now, you can buy something called VPC as a service, virtual private cloud as a service. Okay, so the culture is changing. You can buy a cloud as a service for your company. That's how it's changing. The market is changing. So cross infrastructure collaboration and everything is based on cloud. So pay as you grow. Total cost of, so you don't bother about investing a huge amount on your infrastructure, buying a license, putting manpower, having a data centers, have to build HVAC system, AC. Imagine the expenses you are doing. So if you move to the cloud, then all these things going to come down. You only worry about services. You talk about your core business. You are not worried about the network is going down as AC is not working, UPS is going tripping. You get all this headache out of your mind. Right? So that's a benefit of cloud-based tomorrow. And their position. Who is the leaders in SDDC? We have something called Arista Networks. As per Gartner, they are leaders. The second one is Cisco. Then VMware is also almost second, but when it comes to ability to execute, they are lesser than Cisco. But they are Arista and VMware, which is NSX, are the leader in terms of completeness of vision because they have complete vision. But when it comes to execute, Cisco has more manpower, a lot of certified guys. So they say, ability to execute, Cisco has more visibility. Then Big Switch also, coming to the third position in that quarter. So this is the market trend. So you know what are the different vendors available. This H3, I think H3 or HP is HP. Okay. Also, you have heard about something called Pivotal. Pavilion Pivotal is also something acquired by HP. That's also SDDC. You can have, sorry, that's based on HCI, and then you can run on top of it the SDDC. Okay. So there are, you name any vendors, these are the vendors whom you might be talking about getting a quotation for switches, routers, maybe for your servers. But imagine all of them now where they are in SDDC. But if we don't upgrade ourselves on this, and we still talk about network switches, tomorrow they will say bye bye. No, you still talk about this. Sorry, we are not selling switches. Yes, we would love to do, but we cannot do it. So I think we will stop now and have half an hour break. Okay, and we'll come back and continue after half an hour. Maybe you can have your questions typed in the chat box So we'll continue after half an hour, inshallah. Okay. Thank you. So I will talk about multi-cloud director. Okay. I am going to show you a big picture. Okay. What is a big picture? Now we talk about data centers. All right. So you have a data center 1, you have a data center 2. All right. DC1, DC2. And then you have a big monitoring fabric. You have a big monitoring fabric which can monitor the entire data centers at one place. Okay. And I have something called controller director. Okay. Which manages the fabric, which is SDDC, and monitoring fabric, which is something like monitoring all the traffic. So both of them can be managed through the control director, a central point where you can see the SDDC as well as see the visibility of traffic and manage from a single pane of glass. One dashboard. Right? Everybody talks about dashboard now. Okay. If you go to your CEO, what is it? I want to see in the dashboard. I want to see what's happening. I don't care about what's going inside. I want to see the dashboard. Yes, sir. You want to see the dashboard? This is the dashboard. You know everything now. Visibility, security, how many VMs are running, everything you can see from the dashboard. That's the controller. Okay. So it gives visibility. You can do configuration. You can do upgrade, downgrade. Yeah. See, imagine this upgrade. I did one upgrade. It says it's a hitless upgrade. Entire cloud you can do within 15 minutes without any downtime. You want to introduce a new code, all right? I want to upgrade the entire fabric, but when I do an upgrade, it's not going to do everything. It will start with one. If it's okay, it starts another one. Then it's like slowly changing your one system to another system, migration, without any downtime. It automatically move your workload. You don't bother about it. So that's the ability when you go with this control director. So multi-cloud director, what happens? You have big cloud fabric, big monitoring. I told about cloud fabric and cloud monitoring. So for the time being, I'll talk about fabric and monitoring. Fabric is nothing but your entire infrastructure. Are you able to follow? All your white box, everything. Monitoring is something where you can monitor the traffic, visibility. Is it clear? So two things, don't confuse them. Both of them are in cloud. That's why it's all about cloud fabric, cloud monitoring, fabric cloud. Okay. So we'll only understand fabric and monitoring. Great. So the multi-cloud director can be integrated with your AWS, your Google, your Azure, everything. Okay. And the down, you have VMware, OpenStack, Nutanix, you can Kubernetes and your Docker, all these things can be integrated. So this is the complete infrastructure and everything can be seen from the single pane of glass. All these things with the multi-cloud director. So we'll talk about more about what is cloud fabric. What are the components inside cloud fabric? If you understand this slide, you can go and talk about fabric cloud to anyone. If you understand this slide, theoretically. Okay, so please try to focus with me. At any point of time, we talk about services to the customer. Am I right? The services can be done using, today it's called about containers. How many of you know about containers? Containers is something where you already program and you can deliver that for the applications. Okay, that's a separate subject. And then same way for OpenStack, am I right? VMware, and now they are running. So all of them can be integrated with your cloud fabric using your API. Okay, I talked about API, am I right? It's from north to south. All of them having orchestration tools. Okay, you can integrate. So you have OpenStack, VMware, container orchestration. These are all orchestrations. This is what a cloud infrastructure admin will have as a dashboard. Or if you are buying a service from AWS, you will see a dashboard, am I right? So that is something called orchestrator. They will give you a portion of it where you can run your services. That is your first interface to the cloud. And what is beneath, you don't care. All right? You don't care what they are running, whether they are running in OpenStack, they are running on VMware, they are running on KVM. You don't care about it. Are they running Nutanix? Are they running VxRail? Are they running Cisco? You don't care about it. Why should I bother about it? So what is happening behind is what I'm going to talk about now. So you have something called SDN controller, which is your cloud fabric, which does the entire what? Automation for provisioning for hardware resilience management. Am I right? Then this controller is going to send or program your white boxes where you connect your workloads, be it your ESX server. Normally we don't call it as ESI server. In our terminology, to our white boxes, most of the time we can connect HCI infrastructure. So this is our white boxes. This is our hardware. Am I right? Someone asked, I think Siraj asked me, how do I connect my, my blades, my servers? Okay, I'm telling you, connect your top of the rack switch. So the top of the rack switch is my white box here. Is it clear? Okay. So this is Switch Lite OS. This could be from any vendor as long as they support ONV, Open Networking Concept. Am I right? So it's run Switch Lite OS based on Open Networkless ONL based OS. Is it clear? Second part. Now, where is my workload resides? My workload resides in a where? Normally it resides on a not switch. Where it is? Server. Am I right? This server, normally it's a blade server. That's what you talked 1 year back, blade server. But today if you go and talk to anyone as blade server, they say, what do you mean by blade server? Because there is no more concept of blade server. There is no more concept of storage switch. I talked about something called hyper converged infrastructure. So today on a cloud, they only talk about what is your HCI infrastructure. Is it clear? All of you are able to follow, please. If you don't understand, ask me. They don't talk about blade. Yeah, I'll talk about it. So hyper-converged infrastructure is something where initially I talked about you have computing power, you had memories, am I right? CPUs, RAM, everything added. This is for your processing, compute. Then someone asked, okay, I need a network to have 10 gig, 20 gig, 100 gig switch. So you bought switches. Then you say, okay, now I want to store all my data. So you went and bought storages, NetApp, EMC, IBM, HP. You bought, racks and racks of storage in your data center. Am I right? You had the storage. For what? To store the data. And then you want to connect all of them together. Storage has to interface with the network. Network has to interface with your blade servers. So how do? You buy a storage switch. The storage switch has something called HCI interface. Right? So we call it, it's iSCSI interfaces or fiber channel interfaces, which connects to the storage device. And then you have uplink to your network using 10 gig to the network. So I need to know SAN switch. I need to know network. Where is my server? It's on the blade. You have to connect that again to the switch. So you see the complexity. You have the blade. Guys, are you able to listen to me? Somebody is saying he's not able to. I'll continue. So initially, you have to have these 3 different silos: network department, server department, storage department. Application department will be always there because that's the one who's demanding all these things. Who's putting the budget for IT companies?
Only sir, Brent sir, there is no voice. We are not hearing. Please.
Right. So you had 3 different silos, am I right? Like island. But when you talk about HCI, hyper converged infrastructure, I bring a server, okay, and I don't bring one server. I connect 3 servers as a node, as a cluster, and I have a hard disk. All these hard disks are my SAN. Okay, I don't buy a separate storage, and I have a compute power inside. So this becomes, as all these nodes become as one cluster, so I can share my compute power, I can share my storage power. What about networking? All of them come with a 10 gig into 4 output interface. So almost 40 gig. What I need to do, I don't connect to my, so I don't have to connect to my storage. I connect to the top of the rack switch. That's it. So where is storage? All of them now iSCSI, IP based. There is no FCI. I don't do fiber channel. So I eliminated now the entire storage from it. Am I right? Everything in the same place, and I have resiliency, everything. I took one session. I'm a certified in Nutanix. I'm a Nutanix certified guy. I'm certified in Cisco HyperFlex. I took one seminar. I will send you the videos where I talk about entire HC hyperconverged infrastructure for Cisco HyperFlex. We will also have webinar soon for Nutanix, where we will deep dive what is Nutanix, what is HyperFlex, and also we'll talk about VxRail. These are the 3 main competitors. But who is taking the market share? Nutanix is number 1. Second one is VxRail. Those are the 2 main competitors. We can run some webinars. It's a free webinar to share the knowledge as a separate session. So that is a HCI. Okay, just because I explained, because you asked the question. So now instead of top of the rack switch, you connect to my white box here. You got it? So you bring your hyperconverged infrastructure from Nutanix. That's why you will see here Nutanix, Dell EMC, am I right? VxRail. All of them can come and connect, bring your hardware, connect them into my switch. That's it. What do you run on HCI? Now the question. What do you run on the HCI? You run VMs. It could be Microsoft Hyper-V, or it could be ESXi. On top of it, you run your workloads. Workloads are your VM. On the VM, what you run? Applications. These applications are available through the orchestrator for the outside world. So imagine now you have an application residing in one of the workloads here, virtual workloads. Am I right? So how it is accessed from the outside world? You will come and access this interface, the orchestrator. The orchestrator in turn fetch all those data from this workload and give it to here. But what is happening inside, you don't know. It's clear? You may sometimes see it's very simple. You are seeing a dashboard, you are getting this up. In fact, tomorrow in our lab, I will show you how a service can be up in 10 to 15 minutes in the AWS cloud. I'm going to show you live. You'll be amazed to see. I will only go and click on the front interface, and everything is provisioned for me in the background. And you will see the entire infrastructure and running. You will see my controller, you will see my switch, everything running on AWS. Tomorrow I will do the lab. Okay? So you will get more understanding. So are you able to follow now? What is HCI? What is your workload? What is the orchestration? Is it clear? Right. Guys, any clarification on people who are attending online? Because this is something which is very important. As I told you, if you understand this concept, then rest of the things will be easy. Do you have any questions? Great. So let me move on to the next